Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am your non-inclusive, gender-transgressive host, Myreology Air, and this is reality as a corporate-sponsored victimhood narrative. At some point, reality has to be faced, for reality will force its way into reality on account of being goddamned reality. One can claim reality to be nothing but subjective, based solely on lived experience or some calamity that happened 27 bloody years ago that now has got to be dealt with swift and immediate social media justice. 13 homespun steps to reach the gallows head and the peak of the noose. No evidence needed, merely the swift and quick and easy execution of the goon squad, the blood-frenzied sharks that never see any qualms in deeming someone guilty for being named and shamed and blamed through the might and awesome influence of Queen Neoteny and her mighty state of hysteria. At the end of the day and at the end of the rope, reality will come spinning and deliver a swift and brutal kick to the teeth and the senses that will leave those with chronic emotional diarrhea reeling and spinning head first into the drain and communal sewers of the grand and glorious brave blue world. Reality is chaotic neutral, you see. It cares and it does not give a flying fuck in equal measures. It is equal rights and it is equal lefts, and no one is left any the wiser for trying to shave reality or trim its mighty beard to fit the mold of miniature tyrants who decide that reality is whatever the hell they say that it is. That reality is subjected to the whim and flightless fancy of brainless birds that pick and peck and grasp at straws to tiptoe around the facts of the matter, which are simple facts that cannot be wiped away by brutal displays of emotional manipulation from those that suffer emotional castrations at the mere sight of a disputed word they have decided is offensive in the abstract haze of emotional reasoning that is the dry heaving hysteria of our new and easily offended aristocracy. And that is an aristocracy that cannot stand dissenting views or opinions that go against the grain and holy doctrine of their chosen saviour of the hour. A saviour that changes every hour, at the hour, as the clock strikes doom and gloom and boom, and guides the merry hands of society into its allotted 24 hours of reality-avoidant temper tantrums thrown for realizing that not everyone agrees with each and every sudden call to arms to fight the bloody power of the bloody oppressors that are, at this point in time, anything and anyone, as long as one of the supposedly oppressed decide that these are the oppressors. These are the tyrants and wielders of magicians' words that magically marginalize those that are apparently marginalized by the might and influence of the marginalizers that appear ferociously in the dreams of those that are on the margins of society. Supposedly. The linguistic tendencies of our societies is non-inclusive to the core. It marginalizes the trembling trunks of the vibrato mafiosos. You are no longer allowed to say, "Hey guys," for you see, women are so weak and frail that they cannot succeed if anyone says "guys" in their presence. And they are so fearful and tearful and so eloquently in denial of reality that reality must bend its knee and kiss their nimble finger things and gizmo rings and fungus feet and pledge allegiance to their alterations of language and the structures of our brains. More frightening, of course, is the simple fact that these highly offended fighters of shadows and ghosts have absolutely no problems with admitting to partaking in social engineering, that they see no issues with stating, quite bluntly, that they wish to remodel our brains. This is terrifying. There is no shame in social engineering, see? No dreary, dead-eyed jabberwock too mighty yet to slay. We have moved beyond the looking glass, gone straight into the serpent's ass, for in this elegant serpent rectum we shall rebuild society and mould it on the fancy and the whim and wallowed misery of those who have decided that they are the ones to tell us how to live and breathe and think and eat and speak and fuck and move around. We do not live in reality anymore. We are locked within the jaws of chaos, trapped in a never-ending spiral that spiral ever downwards into the worst and most grotesque of orifices. And playing nice will get us nowhere. And playing hardball will get us nowhere. And nothing will get us anywhere as we left the land of reason and set foot upon the shores of insanity, where insanity looms at every corner to grasp and shake the trembling minds of aristocratic revolutionaries that do not understand the context of anything but their own cold and staring eyes that gaze ever and anon into the distance. never seeing what is right in front of their eyes, which is reality as reality is, not reality as reality is wished to be by those who never see anything but blues sung from blue toes and frostbitten blue balls in the blue winter of our blue-bloody societies. Reality is a non-existent figment of fantasy in these end days of ours, a crumbling and decaying civilization that suffers the end result of good times and high-flying fancies. The revolution will not be televised. It will be corporatized, syndicalized, sanitized and sanctified. It will be modelled, painted, sculpted and moulded by the hands of those that should never be close to anything resembling power, might or influence. It will be authorized, tyrannized, totalitarianized by rhetorical beasts of punctured lungs and intelligence dysmorphia, believing themselves not only cleverer than every man and every woman, but cleverer than they in reality are. It will be a garbled mess of word salad gibberish, saying nothing but using all the buzzwords and trendy linguistic tricks needed to make themselves sound relevant, hip, cool, down to earth and moving with the beat of the revolutionaries. Proudly proclaiming profound insights into reality as reality is by referring to reality as solipsist in nature, as my reality trumps all other realities in the reality of realities. Nothing can possibly exist outside of my sphere of existence. Nothing can possibly exist that goes against my lived and experienced reality. And all that I say is truth, and all that I do is truth, and all that I experience is truth, even if I lie. For lie is but a facet of truth and of reality, as it is a tool used to make those that do not understand my reality understand my reality. Get it? It is a death trip, a swollen road towards extermination, bought and sold by the pound and bulk, corporate-sponsored punk-brewed travesties from corporations glimmering with crow's nest silver, elitist finger-painting, manufacturing dissent and poisoning the well, steering our attention towards non-issues so that we are bogged down with muscle tension and chronic eye strain, making it impossible to see anything but the minuscule and laughable, the ridiculous and absurd, the first world problems of frail and fragile, ferocious fuel for the fire twats, force-fed mass hysteria deserving of a hysteria-ectomy, the economy of the silver-spooned ones who decided victimhood and victim mentality to be the best, the greatest, the most brilliant currency there is, was, ever has been. For no one in their right mind will ever consider a victim of anything to be someone with whom one should disagree. That would not be considerate, would not be compassionate, would not be anything but terrible. As long as the victim inhabits certain superficial characteristics that turn their saliva to streams of silver in the eyes of those who do not wish to offend and fuck everyone else of course. Let them eat cake. Thank you very much for watching. Here follows an outro most befitting a video of this nature, a blatant attempt at virtual panhandling. Should you wish to support this channel, as well as my blog and any further endeavours this strange path will take me on, there are a few ways you can do that. The easiest would be to like, share and subscribe, as well as clicking the sometimes functional notification bell. Having the message, such as it is, manspread and mansplained far and wide will do wonders. You could also support my rambling and barely contained insanity by buying my books, which are linked below. More books will be made available as time allows. I also have a Redbubble shop, linked below, where you can buy prints in various forms of some of the artwork presented in my videos. Or you can contact me through the contact form on my blog for original artwork, commissions or prints direct from the source, so to speak. Until next time, I am your humble bearded bard, Morea Legier, manspreading majestically beneath the steel sky of doom.